As more players come into the industry, the marketplace is getting more crowded. If everyone's offering the same thing, where's the differentiation coming from?
When I'm talking to the EAMs, a lot of them are referring to their relationships with the banks as just being custody banks. And I guess with new entrants coming into the market, is that the extent of the services? Are the banks just there to provide custody?
It's interesting, right? I mean, there's not many parts of the industry where we hear customers of the banks referring to them with a qualification statement like custody bank. Tells you a little bit about how the EAMs currently see the offerings that a private bank provides. Short answer is, as more players come into the industry, and we saw a couple of banks come back recently, right? Deutsche, BNP, the marketplace is getting more crowded. If everyone's offering the same thing, where's the differentiation coming from? We believe banks should spend time cultivating a value proposition beyond just custody and execution. There are so many areas where EAMs at the moment have to pull together solutions for their end clients, partly because the private banks are unable to offer them. They have needs when it comes to wealth planning and structuring. There could be items related to tax advisory, which traditionally banks have steered well clear of. And then we heard from one EAM who said they're only willing to provide advice on what is held with that bank. So you can imagine that conversation with an end client. So the construct of a value proposition is something banks really need to spend more time on, and something that is so fundamental now, because as more and more participants come into the industry, we've seen BNP come back, we've seen Deutsche come back, any advantage is eroding quickly. So you've got to be prepared with whatever your next move is going to be, and that's where the value proposition.
I guess it's not just your custody, your execution. Those are the standards, those are the minimum expectations now, and then probably it's time to start thinking about what makes you a differentiator, make it a little bit more of a niche.
Exactly, and you've got to make those decisions now, because you've got to put in place those building blocks so that they can start delivering value and give you a source of first mover advantage or competitive advantage. Some banks have done a great job at this, and it's pretty obvious who those are. For others, this is an area where they really need to focus, because otherwise they risk spending so much time trying to catch up that they never think about where they're actually going to win. And if you don't have that in mind, then ultimately any investments you make are only going to get you to a certain point in terms of what you can capture in this industry.